dawn breaks. The horizon glows faint gold, and the lone swordsman stands still amid the cold breath of morning. Bare feet on stone, wooden bokken in hand. His breath rises like mist, steady, slow, deliberate. Every motion is measured, every pose intentional. He isn't preparing for a duel, he is rehearsing how to live. For Miyamoto Musashi, there was never a line between training and life. The way he moved, the way he breathed, the way he thought, it was all practice. Because the small things he believed decide the great ones. A single cut made without attention could mean death. A single thought left undisciplined could mean defeat. Musashi understood something that most never do. Your habits carve your destiny. How you move when no one is watching becomes how you act when it matters. The way you train is the way you fight. Musashi was more than a warrior. He was undefeated in over 60 duels. But his greatest victory was over himself. The real enemy was never the opponent across from him, but the hesitation within him, the softness, the doubt, the ego that whispers, "Not today." His sword was sharp, yes, but sharper still was his mind. Because a distracted blade cuts nothing. A restless spirit loses before the fight begins. Musashi mastered what decides every outcome: the mind. And if you look closer, his philosophy isn't just for warriors. It's for anyone who fights their own daily battles. The war against distraction, against comfort, against fear. We all face them. Only our weapons differ. Musashi's first lesson was discipline. In an age of luxury, he lived with nothing. He threw away comfort, reputation, and excess, because he knew these were chains disguised as treasures. He taught, "Do not do what is useless." Today, that wisdom means cutting away distractions. The endless scroll, the pointless noise, the shallow validation. If you don't command your attention, the world will spend it for you. Discipline, in truth, is freedom. It's not punishment, it's preparation. His second lesson was mental toughness. He said, "Hold the reality of death lightly in your heart." Not because he was obsessed with dying, but because he knew that only when you stop fearing the end do you truly begin to live. Courage to him was calm action in the face of pressure. When you stop worshipping failure, you stop playing small. Whether it's a duel, a deadline, or a dream, the one who stays steady wins. And then came mastery. Musashi's mantra: "From one thing know 10,000 things." To him, every art reflected every other. The same truth that shaped the cut of a sword shaped the brushstroke of a painting. He trained endlessly, not to be perfect, but to become one with the act itself. he never stopped refining. Even in victory, he trained harder. Even in mastery, he stayed a student. Because mastery isn't a destination, it's devotion. A daily repetition of what matters most.
In his final years, Musashi wrote the Book of Five Rings. It wasn't poetry, it was a field manual for living. 5 elements, 5 states of being. Earth, the foundation. Master the basics. No trick outlasts solid ground. Water, adaptability. Flow around obstacles. Take the shape of the challenge. Fire, conflict. When pressure rises, clarity must remain. Wind, awareness. Study your opponents. Learn their movements, their ways. Void, no mind. Train so deeply that your body acts before your thoughts interrupt. Each wing wasn't about fighting others. It was about mastering yourself. Musashi's story began far from polished dojos and noble halls. Born in 1584, in an age of chaos and war, he was raised in solitude, self-taught, driven by necessity. At 13, he killed a grown samurai with a wooden sword. Not out of cruelty, but because in that moment he learned that skill alone doesn't win. Strategy does. Timing does. Willpower does. He walked his path as a ronin, a masterless warrior, untethered by rank or allegiance. He traded comfort for experience, battlefields for wisdom. After the great battle of Sekigahara, when empires crashed and peace was bought in blood, Musashi's philosophy hardened. True strength was not in power, but in adaptability, in a mind that bends without breaking. His most famous duel against Sasaki Kojiro became legend. Musashi arrived late, deliberately. He carved a sword from an oar, longer than Kojiro's blade, and faced him with the calm of a man who had already won. The ocean roared, the sky burned red, and in a single motion, Musashi struck. The fight lasted only moments, but it was not his strength that decided it. It was his control of time, terrain, and psychology. He didn't fight the man, he fought the mind behind him. In his final year, he withdrew to a cave called Reigando. There he wrote his last gift to the world, Dokkodo, the way of walking alone. 21 short lines that distilled a lifetime of clarity. Accept everything just the way it is. Depend on no one but yourself. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Do not regret the past or fear the future. He had fought all his life, but in the end he discovered peace not through victory, but through understanding.
If Musashi lived today, his words would sound like this. Guard your attention. It is your most valuable weapon. Practice discomfort, for comfort dulls the edge of the soul. Begin every morning with stillness. Breathe. Move. Think clearly. Detach. Not from love, but from outcomes. And above all, act. Because training without action is theory, and theory without practice is a lie. Musashi's final truth was simple. Mastery isn't perfection, it's progress. He trained until his last breath, not because he needed to, but because he understood that the path has no end. If you can lead your mind, your habits, your focus, you can lead your life. Discipline is freedom. Fear shrinks under action, and detachment brings peace. So the question remains, are you walking the path or waiting for the perfect moment? There is no perfect moment. There is only now. This cut, this breath, this step. Start training. Start now. Win today's battle over yesterday's self, and tomorrow will bow to your strength. Because the way you train is the way you fight.